Hello, everyone. Welcome again to Picks and Parlays. Sean Higgs, Tony K coming at you. A little Sunday doubleheader action. Early game, early kickoffs, 2 free picks, and a bonus player prop from Tony K. But before we get to that, like, share, subscribe, notification bells on. So you know each and every day Picks and Parlays comes at you with the free picks. College football, NFL, Total Chaos with Ali Burns, Rapid Fire Ali Burns, the All Joe Madden Show live. Come check it out. I told you Picks Parlays was back, and we're going to be coming on strong. Videos daily, multiple videos, 7 days a week. Scrolled out for you, rolled out for you, or tweeted. I don't know what YouTube calls it, how they video it out. We got you covered here. So hit that like, share, subscribe, notification bell. Comment section is open as always. At Mr. Sean Higgs on the X, at Vegas Top Dogs for Tony. Give us a follow there, and away we go. Again, free picks are great. We love the free picks. We want them all to win. Our best bets can be found at Picks and Parlays, whether it's a game of the week, game of the month, a regular 3-pack. Find a capper, whether it's me or Tone or anybody else. We got a leaderboard to see how we do. Win or lose, always should know how to from the records. But away we go here today. Sunday action. First of the games we're looking at here. We're going to do the Saints and Bills and Washington at the Falcons. I'll start this puppy off today. I'll start our video off in this one. Here's the spot with the Bills. Let's be honest. I'm invested a little bit here. I have them to start 0-5 on one of my offshore joints. I have them the lowest scoring team in the league, although that hasn't looked all that great. It's still early. And I do have a winless team in the NFL, which is like a 9-1. Doesn't have to be the Saints, but at this rate, there's a lot of winless teams. I look at this game here. It was a 14. It went to 16 when they were getting shellacked 40-0 or whatever the hell Seattle was doing to them out west. They say you don't make money laying double digits in the NFL. Now, the Bills have extra rest. They played lethargic for most of the game versus Miami, still won by 10. Total's 47.5 here. I look at this one here, and I want to take the Bills. Listen, at a 15.5, I don't want to take the Bills. But it's just a terrible spot, right? I mean, you have the Saints coming from one side of the country to the other, literally from the furthest corners of the U.S. I mean, you're literally in Seattle going to Buffalo. Terrible spot. A terrible travel spot. And then you have to face a team that is off a bye week, no less, at home even. It wasn't even like they were on the road. They've been sitting here basking in a mild fall weather of Buffalo, getting ready to feast on a team. And let's be honest, the Bills out of the gate have looked pretty darn good. They look pretty darn good. I can't at 15.5. I can't really say, all right, let's come in a free pick video like 15.5. I'm gonna look at a different route on this one, and do a team total over, Tony. I'm gonna 31.5 here for the Bills. Coming into the Thursday night game, they're like 34 at home or something like that scoring. What have I seen out of the Saints? I saw Arizona, and we saw Arizona in a 16-15 game last week. Put up 20-something on them in New Orleans, and they didn't even look good doing it. And they got to their points. We saw them almost upset the Niners in an ugly game. Last week, they looked terrible. I don't think they're stopping Josh Allen and company here at home. I'm going to go, again, the over. If you think the Bills are scoring 40, I guess you like the over. 41.5. I could see some Mitch Trubisky here in the fourth quarter when this game's 34-0, something early. So I'm going to go team total over 31.5. What do you think about my little play there?
I do like your winless prop there, 9-1. Pretty good odds. A lot of winless teams so far. And like you said, the Saints just look awful this season.
You know, as Dallas fans, we're all familiar with Kellen Moore. You're bringing him into a spot with Rattler and then a rookie. She struggled when he had Dak and CeeDee Lamb. I wasn't expecting much out of this crew here with Kamara and Olave. But who knows? Here it is. I got the Saints' worst record at 4-1, regular season worst record. Again, this is a far and away place, as they like to say. Total wins first 5 weeks, 0. Pays me $450. Again, it's a $100 bet, just a little bit, because I'm like, you know what? I think this team stinks, and I was more of locked into. I thought Arizona was going to beat them by like 20 in week 1. I thought this was the Kyler Murray breakout season. Yeah, not happening. And any team to go 0-7 again, plus 920. So there is that. Again, I am the bias, I think, and I think you could probably agree to this, whether it's a MLB future, an NFL, college football, basketball, whatever sport, you lock on a team on a future for good or bad, win over or under, you're going to kind of be biased on that team a little bit throughout the year. So go on, bias me showing up here with my Bills team total over 31.5, possibly. I think it's warranted, though. I think Buffalo can score against anybody. If you're not scoring 31 against a Saints team in back-to-back road games with horrendous travel, maybe you're not really a Super Bowl contender. But that remains to be seen, which they look pretty good so far. But, again, it is early. We are only in week 4 of the NFL. Again, you're watching right now. Hit the like, share, notification bells here so you know when we roll out the free picks for you. Bills team total over 31.5, game number 1. Tony's going to be looking at Washington laying a 1.5 total, 45.5 to the Falcons. Oh, here we go. This line was like a 2 or 3. It's come down a little bit again. We're speaking about teams that have struggled at times. The Falcons bunch. I'll wait till you go, and then I'll throw my 2 cents on Atlanta and the commies there. So go for it. Who do you got for us here?
Good. Before I dig in, guys, make sure you visit myself, also Sean at picksandparlays.net. He's been red hot. I've been red hot in college. What a way. Build your bankroll Saturday for the NFL on Sunday. I'm off to an 18-5 college football start. I have free picks, premium plays, and more. Picksandparlays.net. Check out my Tony K page. You can also visit me on social media on X at Vegas Top Dogs. Got my lucky hat.
Wait a second. 18-5 is a lowly 78%. I don't know. Can you do better than 78% for us?
I can sure try. If I can go 4-1, I'll be happy. They'll bring it up a little bit, 80%. All right, let's take a look at this game on Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern kickoff, September 28th. Wow, I can't believe September is almost over. Ready for the cold weather here in the Northeast. But Washington comes in at 2-1. Atlanta Falcons 1-2 start this season. And boy, did they look awful last week against the Panthers. They were shut out. And a deeper look into this game, can you believe they didn't even enter the red zone last week? Not once did the Atlanta Falcons enter the red zone against Carolina. So I think they're going to bounce back here at home this week. Like I said, they're off to a 1-2 start. This is a must-win game for Atlanta because they have their bye next week, and then they go play at Buffalo, followed by at San Francisco. So a couple of tough games after their bye week. So this is a, get-right game for the Atlanta Falcons against Washington, who's banged up. Jaden Daniels is out. Mariota is in. Terry McLaurin, he's banged up. He's still going to try playing. Austin Eckler out for the year. So I think this is their get-right game here. And since 2017, teams off a shutout, or teams that were shut out as a favorite, their following game, they're cashing 83% since 2017. So we got a good stat on our side, trend stat, whatever you want to call it, with the Atlanta Falcons. I think Washington put up 41 against a bad Raiders team at home. I think Atlanta bounces back here on their home field. They did have 3 turnovers last week against Carolina. Like I said, they didn't even enter the red zone. So that's unheard of for an NFL team. So I think they get back here at home and get the win over the Washington Commanders. Look for Penix, Bijan Robinson to have big games. Also Drake London and Kyle Pitts to come up big on the offensive side for the Falcons on Sunday.
Falcons plus 1.5 from Tony. Tony, look at Washington last week, and I had the Raiders early in the week, and then it goes Daniels is out, so the line comes down, and I hate that because I'm thinking like, I got a good number, but you know what? It changes the aspect of things when you got a different quarterback coming in there, right? And so I was like, all right, it's still a backup quarterback. I still have a shot at this covering a number, right? I think at that point, if I liked them getting with their starter, why wouldn't I go backup? I was on a short week, right? Everybody saw them on Monday night. The Raiders look like trash. But then Mariota comes in and drops a 40 spot on these guys. More points than Daniels put up in his first 2 games. This is a tricky one here. because as bad, it's you're never as bad as you look, right? And when you're not getting in the red zone against Carolina, that's a pretty bad look for a team.
Yeah,
that's a pretty. But for Atlanta, for me, I'm not a huge Penix guy. I was like, oh, week 1, you lost. You should have won, probably, right? You missed. That was a crazy game. Week 2 on Sunday night against McCarthy and the Vikings, you still looked terrible. I know you won the game, I guess, convincingly. Adam, wasn't a pretty game,
right?
Wasn't pretty by any. And then you go on the road last week as what, a 5 or 6 point favorite? That is, how are you? I mean, I don't think you're 6 points better than a team. Just like this game here, I think this is an even game. You're going to give me points with You're telling me there's no home field edge here for Atlanta playing inside? I'm with you on the Falcons. I get it. I can see where you're going with taking Atlanta here as a small home dog.
I think it's the right side, especially in the dome. On the turf. I think they'll bounce back. I mean, like I said, they can't play any worse than they did last week. That was a divisional game, but it was against the lowly Panthers. I think they bounce back here. They got to win. I mean, they lose this one, they're 1-3. Then you play the Bills in San Fran. I mean, the season's pretty much over.
Yeah, I mean. Definitely, a lot of these teams with these wacky starts, you better start winning some games if you had any intention of making sound of a playoff run. But maybe this is one of those years where you're going to get those 7-9, or in this case 8-9 or 8-10 teams, whatever the hell, with the new schedules here. So again, free picks for you. And I believe, are you going to throw out your little player prop bonus play?
Yeah, I got one. I'll throw out there. People seem to enjoy the player props on Sunday, so I have one. And it's Jordan Love against the Cowboys. I mean, the Cowboys defense, how bad do they look? I mean, the past 3 games, Jordan Love has had 18 or more completions in two of his last 3 games. The over-under this week for his completions is 18.5. He's a big quarterback, 6'4". He finished the season just 20th in pass completions last year. But I think it's a different team this year. He has more weapons, better defense. And I think against the Cowboys secondary, Love is going to light it up against the poor Dallas defense. So it's a huge advantage for them because of the Dallas secondary. Too many injuries. Just that zone defense. They're more of a man secondary, but with their injuries, they're playing zone. And I think Green Bay coming in off a loss, I expect Love and the Packers to put up some big numbers here on Sunday and for him to complete more than 18.5 completions, no problem.
There's a little bonus player prop. Jordan Love over 18.5 completions from Tony K, along with the Falcons plus 1.5. I like the Bills team total over 31.5 in your Sunday early kickoff window. There you have it. Tony K, Vegas Top Dogs on the X. I'm at Mr. Sean Higgs. Come give us a follow. Hit that like button on the way out. Tune in with notification bells. We will be back. Thumbs up, as always. Not even a thumbs up. It's the like button, it's called. I don't even thumbs up. Like, maybe dislike. Maybe you don't like our picks. Whatever. We'll see how we do. We'll be back with more free picks. We'll see you either at another show or next week. Thanks for watching, everybody.